Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with two members of Bayesian Reds TV, Bayesian Barnes, Bayesian Pops, where we discuss all things Manchester United, all things Liverpool. Ruben Amorim'S era starts in a draw versus Ipswich, so we'll be discussing that. There's been so much discourse in regards to it. It's only been today, and I feel like I've spoken about this literally all day long, even when I've not been streaming, even though I've been streaming most of the day. So we'll be discussing that. And then on the Liverpool side of things, the red side and Merseyside is all going well. Title rivals dropping points. They 8 points clear, winning games when they're not playing well. Top of the Champions League, welcoming Real Madrid, can literally put City in the ground on Sunday. They can put City in the ground on Sunday and end their title hopes. Could be a double over there, treble. It might even be the Q word. You know what I'm saying? And that it might even be the Q word, people. So we will be discussing all of these things. Sorry, I can see Barnes and Pops behind the scenes. So let me bring the man into the building. What you might say?
What are you talking about, quad?
It might be the Q. It might be. You know what I'm saying? It might be. I'm just saying. Top of the Prem, top of the champs, quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, favorable draw in that. I'm saying.
We still ain't playing no one yet, though, Flawless. We still ain't playing nobody yet.
Still ain't played no one. Hey, Southampton, blood on your hands. Relegate you just for that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe what I was watching. But before we continue, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, and the share across all the socials. Hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. I'm going to add the link into the title in a moment, but the link's underneath in the description on this live stream and every other live stream anyway. So subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Big up to everyone in the chat. And we'll start with the red side and Merseyside, because I know Barnes, Pops, I know you might have questions in regards to Amorim, Manchester United, etc. Pops cracking up at my response because Barnes was like, yo, what happened today? And I said, I found out I have a manager. Genuinely. I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I genuinely have someone in the dugout I don't despise. Someone I actually genuinely trust. Someone who's trying to do a good job. But we'll get to all that. Barnes, thoughts on your game? Because you mentioned the referee you mentioned the referee to me, sorry. Well, me and Pops in the group chat. You're not happy with it. And thoughts on your performance as well.
First off, people, make sure you smash them likes. There's 157 in here. We got to run them likes up to 100. Yeah, first off, big up to Solomon, gifting 5-star.
Big up A Solomon for gifting the 5 memberships. I want to see fire emojis, smoke emojis, W's in the chat for A Solomon. Appreciate it, A Solomon, man. As always, you're always supporting. Big up. But yeah, sorry, go on, Barnes.
All right. So this has been a long day for me. I get up early this morning. I was in the US this morning. Drove 130 kilometers home to catch this game. To watch our team play a whole bunch of rubbish and make Southampton look like if they was actually going to win this game. Had our brother Russ, the crowd, going crazy, being super negative, like he always is, so critical about the players. Then I had people slamming Sabozalai. I was like, I ain't drive 130 kilometers to watch this rubbish, man. I was like, what is these men doing? The defense looked spooky. I swear them was watching Scooby-Doo or something earlier. And Shaggy, woo, 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 and then was running from everything. Had a 6'7" NBA player.
Yeah, 6 center.
Awesome in the midfield. I mean, dribbling men like if he's Allen Iverson, dread. I was like, what is this am I watching? Then you have to come, them men score a goal. Fair play to them. Then we get questionable, borderline. Is it a penalty? Is it not a penalty? It right there. It could have gone either way. Oliver went with we call on the field, gave the pen. What really pissed me off about Michael Oliver is Adam Lallana lost control, went over the ball, and full studs in a man's shins. Well, That exact same play happened last season where Curtis Jones getting the ball and rolling over the top of the ball and catching Basuma at the Spurs Stadium and get a red. And I was arguing with everyone. I argued with my Bajan brothers because they said it was a red, and I firmly believe that it was not a red card. I was like, oh, you get the ball. Yes, your foot slipped over the ball and connected on the player. Yes, but you didn't go at the player. The momentum moved you forward into the player. Yellow card for me. It should have been sufficed. And then this one today, not even a yellow. Let not even get a yellow card. Oliver didn't even send the referee, hey, go and look at the screen. Go and say this. But we already know Michael Oliver in the pocket of Manchester City. He's
good. Man, David Coots' his boy, man. That's what it is, man. I stand with Coot, man. That's his boy. Of
course.
He was like, yeah.
Oliver was saying, Coot, I got this one for you. This one here for you, for sure. You see a man that's go down in Saudi Arabia and ref games for the same owners of Manchester City, and he's a Premier League referee. He should never be allowed to referee a game in England if he's taking them sort of jobs. I mean, you're gonna get biasness. You're gonna get paid in your pocket from the men who own City. Come on, no. And we want some credibility in the game. Look, Michael Oliver is a bozo. Like, he's a bozo. He's a prick. I can't stand him. After I see McAllister last season get super kicked Shawn Michaels style in his chest in the box against City last season.
Yeah, with Doku. Yeah, it was Doku.
And Michael Oliver was right there and said nothing. I see. You see this man? This man got a serious agenda. So you know what? Whatever happened to David Cook should happen to you. All the winners should end up in Brazil, going to referee down the favelas and got the men with the side pieces in the hips and tell winner make a mess up call and see what happens. Straight goods. But look, not a good showing for Liverpool, but you know what? I can take the 3 points because flawless, you've heard me say it. Hear me week after week. Give me these scummy wins. I taking it because 3 points is 3 points. I want number 20. I want to be on the same level with 20 Prems or 20 English Division first place. Because people say we only won one Prem, like because he had a name change. That's all the championships Liverpool ever won. They'll forget the 18 prior that we've won. So listen, I can go along with the man, right? We can hold our number 20 and match it with equal United 20, and we both on level. But we still got more trophies than United. So hey, United is our rivals. It is the only rival of Liverpool. Bundy Arsenal clowns. When men need to learn of insane in Europe first before we even come and talk to me. Chelsea's Chelsea. The $1 billion bottle jobs. Anyway, we left that alone. But hey, not a good game. We got Madrid. I can take this 3 points on Ramfield Hills. And then next weekend, which we will talk about a little bit later.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to talk.
Michael Oliver, go and eat a banana, bro.
Pops, what are you saying? In regards to the performance and on the referee, talk to us.
3 points in the bag. After 29 minutes, I was ready to go home flawless. I was ready. Bus was turned on, air conditioning was running. I tell the man, jump on, let me leave here. We 3 points in the bag, 1-0. Let's go home. But we decided to make it more entertaining for some reason. You got credit. You always got credit the opposition for me in the Premier League because they're the last place team. And they've given City problems, and we allowed them to give us problems of our own. And to be honest, they made the problems for themselves too. Their manager clearly looks at company and says, no, if he can do what he did and get a big job, I can do the same thing. So play out from the back, keep doing all this madness that they're doing. And wherever, everybody's talking about how good the football look or whatever. But when you look at the first goal, that's madness. That's literally madness. The defender is telling the keeper to give the ball to Fernandez, the center midfielder, on the 18-yard box, facing the keeper with 3 men in his back. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying, you're telling him to give him the ball. And he's giving it to him.
That's foolishness.
Madness. Abject madness. I don't care how good your footballers are. That position was mad. And we took advantage. Curtis with a good press. Ultimately, the ball went to Sabozley credit home 1-0. Like I said, I was ready to leave at that point. So let's bus on. Let's go home. 3 points. Done. Job. But we decided to make it interesting with giving a chance in terms of the penalty and then messing around with Diblin and his ball into Armstrong. And again, credit the men for doing it. Onuachu was... I'd never seen him play before, so watching him, I said to myself, for a 6'7" guy with that size, he was doing it though. You gotta give him credit. He was there.
Absolutely.
But as Barnes said, he was gonna run out of steam because they had him working really, really hard. Because he was playing basically as a lone forward, and he was doing a lot of work deep. You can't ask a man that big to do all that running. Nah, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, you're right.
You cannot, man. After Gakpo went into him, he literally went down and said, "Yeah, done. Get me off this." And the man was calling for stretching. The man was stretching, saying, "Nah, I ain't lifting he up, so he gonna get off the pitch." I ain't going But I think just to go back slightly, I think Lallana's incident is one of those situations where a player's reputation went in his favor. Because if you watch the game again, Lallana went down with a hamstring injury. We played the ball off, and all of our players went across to see, like, yeah, you are, and that's our thing. So the challenge on Gravenberch, definitely, if you look at it in slow motion, you get a red card for that. You look at that in slow motion, you go back to the video and say, let me look at this. It doesn't matter the color of the shirts that people go on. That challenge, most of the times you can say, yeah. But it's Lallana. So it's, he's a good fella. That happens. If that's Joel Linton or one of our players, you know what happening.
It's a player with a reputation,
man, and that's where yeah, man. Yeah. So I think his reputation saved him in that regard, to be honest. But when it initially happened, I'll be honest with you, when I looked at it, I said, oh, that looks a little bit rough. But because, again, it didn't show it back over, and there wasn't a lot of movement by our players. And to be honest, I hate to hear when people say, well, none of the players reacted. I said, but you told the players not to react. No, you said don't react. You said don't motion for a card. You said don't talk to the ref. Virgil went over, and you could see Virgil saying, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it's normally telling though, like, because players when having a bad challenge. Yeah, players, they might not gesture for a card, but I always look at it not for the referee's sake. It's always the indication to me how bad a tackle is. When you see players react in a certain way, it's bad. More often than not, when you look at the most horrendous challenges, look at the reaction of the players are gonna appeal for anything, but there's certain moments I've seen it and it's not been clear because of where the angle is. I'm like, oh, that's a bad one. Look how all 5-6 players close to it reacted. It's an awful challenge. It's a real bad one. And it's the same with penalty shouts as well. Because players are always going to appeal, but when it's half-hearted. I say all the time, if a player's appealing for a penalty like it's LBW at the Oval or something, whole different conversation. That's sometimes hands in the air type thing. So I hear your point.
But there's one I missed though. There's one I missed, and Pops know what talking about Oliver again. Nunes get clothesline in the penalty box in the first half, and nothing was called. Then you see in the second half, before the second half start, the referee walk up to Nunes and said to him, you could see he was like, yeah, I get that one wrong. Yeah, my fault, my bad. And tell Virgil, like, my bad, that's on me. I said he actually acknowledged that he got wrong. He ain't really see it. Again, what do you have VAR for? I was like, wait, these men playing WWE. Man, get clothesline from hell Nunes up on the ground, and I was like, wait. What we doing here, tall? It was saying else, but look, we know Oliver got thing. But listen, there ain't nobody in our back line that could get a good rating for me. They none, because all of them to me wasn't good. They were not up to par. Robbo was a bozo for even going into the tackle that caused the penalty show. Virgil, I don't know what he was doing at points and times in this game. Ibu was being rushed. Ibu got a yellow card. I don't know if these men had the spooky genes on from you out in international break and come back and forget how to play. Connor Bradley wasn't good either. Cody Gakpo, not good neither. He had a bad game, in my opinion. To me, he could have done way better than he did. CJ didn't have a good game either. CJ he is in form, and he didn't play like how he was playing before the international break. Gravenberch had a good Gravenberch game, Mo Salah was non-existent and people were slating on Mo. But that's because the ball was always on the left side. The ball wasn't coming on the right side. So how could you be slating somebody that's not getting service? And poor Darwin Núñez. People like to be on his case. But if you are getting no service, what are you supposed to do?
That's right.
I just asking a question to people. We have to be honest. If you are not getting the service in the box to have a scoring opportunity, what is he supposed to do? How can you slate him down?
Yeah.
It's baffling my mind. Dom Sabazalai, this man got 4 lungs flawless. I don't know how the man can run about so much. All game.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy. And Warrior, I wouldn't sell Andy Robertson to me, but he's not a first automatic starter in me.
Need a new left back.
He's not. He's not. Matt Tank came on in the second half late, though, Spooby, so you can't really talk about him, and you gotta give him a little bit of blood because he came back for international and a long distance. That was a long flight for those boys. And Lucho, he might miss a gift. We could have been.
Oh yeah, that's when he went too far. When who was it? Was it Núñez who squared it back?
Núñez squared it up. Yeah. We could have won this game 6-2 easily. Mohamed Salah hit the post. Mohamed Salah had another one that he should have hit it in top bins, and he blasted over the bar. Like, we could have comfortably win this game 6-2. But hey, the boys wasn't on it. But there's one thing Liverpool has proven to me is that coming after a long international break, they really don't play well. That's when we lost to Forest, was after international break. So, hey, but again, we take the 3 points and we move.
That's fair enough. Before we continue, you lot continue to run up the likes because there's over 170 of you lot in the building. We're only at 43 likes. So let's get up to triple digits, man. Hit that like button. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Big up to Hassam. And make sure, just as important, subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. The link is in the title where you'll see Pops, Barnes, and the rest of the gang over there. Hey, there's Wolves over there. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a United fan, trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bayesian Reds TV is a jungle, people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you ain't, only the fit survive over there. Trust me, I've seen it over there. It's crazy. When I get in people cooking books and all types of stuff, there's all types of masters over there. I love it though. So subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. So Pop,
listen, I see Spooby here talking about tell Mohamed Salah keep off his shirt, keep on his shirt. Spooby, what happened? You envious of the man 8-pack? You might even got a 6-pack. You might got 8-pack. I know that real hard to obtain. Trust me, you gotta do a lot of work and not eat bread and not eat the gluten. I have a strict diet. So you could only be salty because you ain't got one yourself. So, hey, just say.
It's a mazza.
I sure the ladies like to see them abs. Trust me.
Yeah. And Flawless, I must ask you, you said Manchester City favorites if we win next week. What do you think? Don't try that. What do you think, Hassam? Don't try that. If you beat Manchester City, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even try that one because I am not Liverpool nor Manchester City. What do you think? That's what I want to know. But yeah, City is looking peak for. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they turn that around.
One thing I will say though, Flawless, about City, if they even dare come to Anfield next weekend with that midfield that they had playing on the weekend, boy, take the licks they can get, boy. Spurs absolutely cut them open. That midfield was bad. And Gundogan,
I can't believe what I was watching.
Gundogan's legs in quicksand, bro. He in some thick quicksand and thick mud that he can't go nowhere. He got nothing no more, zero. But all they tell him, Pep, come to Anfield and think you're gonna disrespect Liverpool and play that midfield again.
He can't do that. He's got to do something different. Yeah.
And see what happens.
And Hassam, I'm with you, Hassam, innit? We agree on something, man. You're still the underdog, man. I still got City. You know what I'm saying? You're the underdog, Hassam, and you're a Liverpool, and you're a very smart, intelligent Liverpool fan. So I still got City because Liverpool, you're the underdog. You know what I'm saying? You're the little club that thinks they can. So I'm with you, Hassam. Make sure you don't subscribe to Don Hassam, man. I'm with you. We're on the same wavelength for Sam. 100%.
The lion in the trees or something like that, right?
Yeah, the lion in the tree or whatever it is, the pamper in the tree. You know what I'm saying? The ant in the, I don't know what it is, man. The gazelle in the tree. I don't know. The parrot in the tree. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm with you, Hassan. But yeah, Pops, your thoughts on players more so individual performances today. I know you mentioned about you was ready to leave, but was there anyone who in particular stood out in terms of how bad they was today for you?
Bad. Yeah, too many on sort of like 5-line, very average, to be honest. Even Salah with 2 goals, he wasn't the levels. The problem is, right, and I keep saying this when we watch football with a level of expectation and not necessarily with the game that's being played. So you watch Salah, you watch Virgil, you watch Trent, you watch Alisson, you watch Robbo, and you say, well, all right, all of these were at some point in time the best in their position. So you're expecting them to perform at a 10 level. If they're not at a 10, then it's a problem for a lot of people, which happens in the chat very quickly when you're watching the game and it isn't going your way. Oh, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? You say this, all right. But they can have a bad day. And it's horrible when all of them have a bad day collectively. But if you look at Verge, if you look at Mo, if you look at Robbo, again, as the leaders in the team, the 3 of them today collectively combined for some of the worst moments in the game. Salah over dribbles and loses possession to the big giant, which then led to Ibu getting booked. Verge runs up the middle of the pitch, loses possession to the big giant, which leads to Robbo and the penalty. Robbo misses an overhead to clear the ball. So collectively, you're watching the 3 of them, you're saying to yourself, you're all of the leaders of this team, and none of you all have the best of games. But again, you go home with 3 points and you say to yourself, all right, we could reassess from a position where we won the game. So it's easier to look at your performance critically when you got 3 points in the bag. But those 3 players are the players that you expect to be specifically, they're the leaders. Those 3 are part of the leadership group. They're the ones who should be carrying the load as far as leadership is concerned. All right, we at 1-0, guys. We haven't done anything to be at 1-0. They gifted us 1. All right, let's control the football and knock it around and continue to be patient, because to me that seems like what is being preached. If you watch the football again, I literally was watching I watched the first half again, and there were many opportunities for players to either make a pass or play a shot, and they didn't. And it was one of them, all right, are you listening to the coach to the degree where he's saying, all right, don't give away possession? So it's almost like possession is the most important thing. So don't shoot on sight. Shoot when you got a clear shot. Look for the correct passes. Because oftentimes you see an opportunity given up because it's, all right, that's a little bit too tight, and let me not risk that. Let me knock it back out. And a couple of those would have been passes to Nunez, unfortunately, who I looked at today and I said to myself, I'm struggling to see how we get him involved in a game where these men are playing 7 men in the box, because he loves to get a little bit, obviously, room to run into, and they were giving him nothing to run into. And there are a couple of times when we were on the counter where Nunez and Diaz, for example, fluffed it. Sabozlai was on the counter and he refused to give him a through ball. Those were probably a couple of the times where Nunez had the opportunity to open his legs and get a chance, and he didn't get one. We need to figure out how to get him involved more so from the attacking side as opposed to all this, because he gets a lot of plaudits for, he trapped back and he tackled here and he was good in the middle. I'm saying, all right, yeah, that's all well and good, but you're a number 9 though. You gotta give me something going in the other direction. Big up TNT and else, man.
Big up TNT.
Oh, is this one of your guys? Hey, big up, man. Every single time it says loving the Caribbean vibe, Sarcasm City TV, respect from Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, salute, man. Salute to all the Trinidadians. You know what? A lot of people watch from Trinidad, man. Big up. A lot of people who watch my channel from Trinidad. So salute to all the Trinidadians, man. A lot of football fans out there. So big up to all of you lot. Big up, man. Much appreciated. And shouts to everyone that is indeed tapped in. Run up the likes. Continue to hit the subscribe button as well, because we're only at 50 likes. Let's double that. Get up to 100 likes as well. Continue to get your questions in. The best questions are Star, Barnes, and Pops are also looking at the chat. So if they see any questions they'll want to get to as well.
I see what Sam trying to do, you know.
Sam about that. These two have both been critical of Robertson. You know what I'm saying? They've both been critical of like before this. And I think I don't see anyone defend him too tough like that. I think everyone knows that you don't need.
If you talk to Crab is defend Robbo to the hills.
What does he say? What's his defense of?
Robbo could do no wrong, bro. Not for Crab. Crab is a Robbo supporter. Robbo can do no wrong. His left back. If you start to say anything critical about Robbo, Crab is lose it. Crab is just go to another level. It's trigger him instant. And sometimes I used to do it just for fun. Just for fun. Me and Pops, I would do this to Pops.
The chat is going here. The chat is going here.
I would do so a lot and try to line out and be like, what he look? What he know look?
You can't help.
Just
know you can jump in the chat. Just know he can appear. He can appear just now. You can see him pop up in a minute.
He ears burning. You can see he show up in our chat just now. Watch and see.
What did I tell you a lot about Beijing Reds TV, man? I tell you a jungle over there. It's different. I've seen this happen. I've been in the chat and watched this happen. 100%. Would you lot play him on, because we'll get to obviously the Real Madrid game. Would you two play him in that game, or would you drop him and play Gomez or Shimikas?
Against, I think Simikas got either got a knock or he's sick. I don't know. I haven't seen any reports. Hussam, Rob, I don't know if you know as well. Maybe you could put it in your chat. I don't think I'm playing Robertson against Real Madrid. I think Joe Gomez is probably the option if Simikas is not there. But knowing our manager, Pop shaking his head, Robertson can start against Madrid.
Damn.
Robertson
is not left back anymore, though.
I would rather play Simikas, to be honest, because I think Simikas gives you more going forward. His crossing is more dangerous. His corner takes is better. It puts the ball in dangerous positions into the box that you can actually. Most of our set piece goals that we've scored this season came off the boot of Simikas from corners. Virgil's goals was from Simikas. Goals was from Simikas. Yeah, you see, he got knocked. So for me, Simikas to me should be playing more than Robertson because Simikas also has more legs than Robertson. Robertson, no, you could see the drop off because Robbo was pacey. He's always had pace on him, but you could see the pace is now dialed back some. And that is expected when a man's been running up and down that byline for the last 7-8 years under the Klopp system. His legs is going to go, and he's getting
a hell of a lot running.
You know what I mean? You can't keep doing that all the time. It's going to have an effect on you. So
I put in the last chat with Flawless. Walker's the same position. Walker and Robbo.
Yeah, look at Walker
on the flank. So
Walker,
it's about time. It's about time that the legs started to go, man.
Yeah, man. That's fries in the bag, bro, man. I seen Werner go past him. I felt bad. I don't even care for City. I felt bad.
Werner upon the afterburners flaws and
he left him.
Dust.
He left him
in the dust.
That's the craziest part. He left. It was so bad that I thought it was a kanji. I was like, no way did he just go past Walker like that. I know what the man was like, no, it was Walker. I was like, no way. It was like we just watched it back. It was Walker. I couldn't believe my eyes. Werner and then he just squared the ball to Johnson. That was the most shocking thing of that game.
Yeah.
Not even the 4-0. The most shocking thing of that. Walker used to show people the line. Like, all right, yeah, race me.
Go on.
Timo Werner trying you. Yeah, he'd be like, all right, go. And most attackers would be like, nah, we just play the ball back.
No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, it's the same situation. Like, if you Walker right now is going through the same issue. I'm telling you, when we play them on the weekend, I just warning Walker. Don't try to run with Darwin Núñez, because you're going to pull both hamstrings. You're pulling one, you're pulling both of them. Because you ain't catching him. Not no.
Yeah.
That's actually an option, but I ain't sure the manager, the coach can do that. To switch Núñez to the left, but I figure Lucho is probably going to be the man. Lucho and Gakpo in combination. I bring Lucho in the second half. Give Gakpo the first half to give him a working over and then say, all right, you know what, do like Werner last week. Yeah, punch the gears and leave him for dead.
You're not really probably going to sacrifice them still.
Nah.
You don't think so?
We ain't clinical. We ain't flawless today, right?
Yeah, we ain't that clinical.
As Barnes said, we could have scored comfortably.
Absolutely.
4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Comfortably. So I'm not saying we're gonna kill City either. I think we're gonna beat them, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Well, I say that I'm saying 3. I think you can score 3. You don't think it could be a 4? I could see a 3-4-0. I'm not gonna lie. 3
isn't beyond us. It isn't beyond us, but I think Pep does something because there's no way he can see Gundogan pointing again in the midfield because all he was doing was directing traffic. Pick up that man. He just ran past me. That's all he was doing. Somebody, please. Yeah, he just ran past me. Hold that one. Yeah, this one is for you. That's all he was doing. And no, it's sad though. It's sad when you see a player that you respect and has a certain degree of quality and you see him literally in treacle. Fabinho was like that for us.
Yeah,
watching Fab just looking and you're saying, wait, what happened to Fabinho? The man stuck in cement. Gundo looked like that.
Yeah.
He looked like he was out to sea today.
The only thing he needed, Pops, the only thing Gundogan was missing in that game is a stick from the conductor and the orchestra just doing solo.
He was pointing like the policeman at the junction, my man. Pointing like the policeman at the junction. Just
tell him, man.
Love to see it.
Paul, you come.
It was embarrassing for him, though. That was embarrassing for him. But the thing is, right, you got Rico Lewis in the team, who to me then should be doing the running for him.
Yes.
When you see him getting bypassed, you say, all right, so where are you? That should be your job right now. You should be the one doing all of the running for Gundo. But
yeah, it's peak. Because I'm looking there because that midfield, it was Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan. The problem is that Bernardo Silva is no longer that anymore. He's falling off.
He's falling off.
Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva is falling off.
He was the runner as well. He used to do the most running in that team as well.
He was the runner.
That's why I respect him a lot. I don't like him, but you respect that because he's quality, and like supposedly he's do all the running. He used to do all our work up and down everywhere.
Yeah, they really just got no. Right, Laos, just the sheer lack of athleticism. I'm just looking at their team now. And even off the bench, you're bringing on Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne.
And Kevin De Bruyne, but De Bruyne don't have no legs.
Oscar Bob badly, innit?
Yeah.
Doku, nothing. You're missing in star players that can give you some energy. But that's their problem, not ours.
I love to see it. Fuck City. I love to see it.
100%.
Oh,
they're
in a
real interesting situation right now because their quality star players now you could see is on the decline. Their legs are not there. Their youngsters are not as far ahead as they should be because they didn't get as much playing time as they probably maybe should have before. Big up to the Grenadians, man, by people from up in Lansapine.
Massive in the building.
Yeah. Up in Mount Morris and St. Paul's. Yes. The Grenada Massive. That's my island. I like Grenada bad. The Spice Islanders call it.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Or is it known for its spices? I didn't even know.
Yeah, they're the home nutmeg. Nutmeg. They grow some good nutmeg there. That's the world.
That's a new shout out to all my Grenadians, man. And big up to SK Barry. See, man, I told you Trinidadians everywhere, man.
So hold on. Let me put a shameless plug here. All you Caribbean people that in the chat, make sure you hit that link and go over to Bajan Reds TV. Subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
All Caribbean people. But City and beer trouble, honestly. And I've watched a lot of streams recently and guys talking about City got buy in January. I got a different take, Flawless. I can be honest. Because as much as they have to buy, which we all know they need to bring in quality on that squad, I don't know if they're going to take the risk. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this 115 still looming. They do not know what the result is this. So if you go and spend the money in January and the 115 come down and you get found guilty and then you get hit hard and get slapped with whatever the case is, 40-point deduction, relegated, you don't know how intense these men are going to go in on you to make sure this don't ever happen again.
From me relegation, I need this.
You just spent money on bringing in players. Are those players going to want to play for you when you are if you're a relegated team? No, you in beer trouble at that point in time.
Pep said he ain't leaving. No, Pep said if they get relegated, he's there. Pep did say that.
Yeah, because he won the championship trophy to add stop party trophy pile. But hey, that's all. Pep can do Pep things, man. Pops will get frozen.
Oh, is it? Yeah, no stress. No stress. It's all good, Pops. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
They're in a sticky situation. But hey, that's on them. I ain't going there and do with me.
That is on them. 110%.
We top of your league, and next weekend we gain 11 clear of them. I'm sorry, I ain't even
talk about it.
Yeah, we beating them. We going 11 clear of them.
Next Warrior J is asking. Both Barnes and Pops have said Liverpool are winning the league.
Yeah. We both, me and Pops, both said we win the league. Yeah. From the beginning of the season. It ain't just start with me and Pops. We said it from our predictions from the beginning of the year. Liverpool is winning this championship. I'm winning the league. Listen, next weekend we can go 11 on City, but City ain't even gonna be in second no more. City could be down to as far down as fifth.
Let me check.
Because if Chelsea do their job, if Brighton do their job, Arsenal do their job, all three of them jumping in front of City. All three of them. City will drop down in fifth. Minimum. It could go 6-2. All depends.
Yeah, because City on 23 points in second. Yeah. Then you got Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton, all on 22 points. Then you have Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, all on 19 points. So they could all, if City do lose, they could be overtaken by Chelsea, Arsenal, and Brighton, which would drop them to fifth. And then Spurs, Forest, and Villa, if they all win, obviously it's highly unlikely, are all only a point behind them. And then you even got Newcastle and Fulham, who are on 18 points. So they could be 2 points behind them. And even Brentford on 17 points, hey, it could get peak.
Yeah, listen, and I keep hearing the rhetoric from people, you can't write off City. I've said it all year. This is not the same team. This is not the same squad. They're aging players, and they have not really bought players to actually help them move on. They went and bought Doku. Doku's rubbish.
Yeah, He's
got no end product. None. That was a waste. This new one that they just bought, Savinho, the Brazilian. What has he done? As Janet Jackson has said, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me? Man's got no goals. None. Well, you just looking nice and smooth and techie with it. Well, where's the end product? You ain't got none. So you got two men on two wings that has zero end product.
Yeah, and the crazy part. Yeah, go on, carry on. Sorry.
What is Haaland supposed to do? Because he needs service to be productive. Because he can't create on his own. He's not a hurricane that could create his one shot and for a score. He needs to be fed the ball in order to score the ball. Let's just call a spade a spade. He is a prolific goal scorer. He is deadly with the ball, but he has to be serviced. Otherwise, he's non-existent. He can't dribble past nobody. He can't go and shift the man and then go and pass through and then go and take a shot. That is not his game. It is not his game. He is what you call a lyncher. He is going to take that ball once it's fed to him and bury it. That is what Haaland does. So if you cut out in midfield and not allow balls to come in the middle to him, he's got no service. He's ineffective. He will not impact the game whatsoever. And then now you can see you got struggling midfield and you got Haaland and go up against Ibu and Verge. Well, you can't outmuscle neither one of them because they're big like you and strong like you. So you're going up against a two-headed monster. City in problems, boy. They're going to struggle.
They're in problems. Do you echo that, Pops? I don't know how much of that you caught that. I know you said you're not going to battle Manchester City, but you're expecting to win. But they in problems not only in that game, but just in general, in regards to their aging squad, their stars on the decline, them not really, their recruitment not really being the best. Them actually letting go of players who could have helped. Bear in mind, they had Lavia there. They had Palmer there. The Lap was there as well. There are 3 players who could have helped them out. And there's probably a few more as well. So, yeah, your thoughts on it since we're talking about it.
Being hindsight is 2020, innit? So obviously when you look back and you see, well, oh, if Palmer was there now, how useful he would be. Lavia would be boss in the midfield without Rodri. At the end of the day, if Rodri is playing, is a different story altogether, though. Let's be honest. If Rodri's in the heart of that midfield, as bad as everybody else looks right now, you know that this ain't happening to them. This isn't happening. You're not seeing it at that level. So they drop as much as a lot of the players people are saying have dropped off. Rodri in the middle of the park, it don't happen the same way. In my opinion, anyhow, it don't happen the same way. Haaland is missing KDB at this point in time because he's the man that's finding him for most of the runs. It looks like he needs a system reboot. We're calling the cyborg, so the cyborg probably needs to get a little system upgrade because he snatched at a couple that he would usually score, to be honest. So if you look again at the game objectively, and he's in cyborg mode, he scores 3, maybe.
Yes,
4.
he had
maybe?
chances in that game. He should have scored at least 3. At least 3 against Spurs.
Maybe you got a different output. Oh, look. Again, it's the time that you score. So to say that it was 4-0 and if he scores 3, it's 4-3. You can't just do that. You got to go back to the game and say, well, if he scores here, what's he score? Is it 1-0 or is it 1-0? If he scores here, is that now 2-1? Or in the context of the game, depending on when it was, I think his misses would have been possibly, would he have taken a lead?
Yeah, the 2 that because he missed 2. He missed 2. He missed 2. There was one literally before they went down a run and scored. But there was 2 chances he missed.
He did miss.
Yeah, he missed 2. Yeah, he missed 2 very good ones.
Yeah,
when it was 0-0.
And then
see that happen all the time.
He hit the bar in the second half too.
So let's say he scores. He scores first. If City score first, the Spurs then have that same belief. Because that's the other thing ultimately. For a long time, we've watched City play and we've said a lot of teams get beaten by City before the game even starts. And then you say, all right, you know what, look, less than 10 minutes in, if you score too early, all right, City can kill you. And if you let City score first, they can kill you. So the narrative has been written for a long time. But you look at them now, I mean, on your last show, Lewis brought up the pass map. And it was wild how much football was played in the center of the park. How Garvadal was isolated on the left-hand side. Pretty much the entire left side was his to play by himself because you had whoever was playing in front of him in Foden or whoever dropping into the center. You had Bernardo in the center. You had Gundogan in the center. You could even see poor Lewis. With all the lines that were drawn, you can see Rico Lewis at all inside there.
Yeah, facts.
And Savio was pretty much underneath Haaland. So you're saying to yourself, well, what exactly are they trying to do? Because usually it's clear the patterns that you can see from City. You can see it from us, from them. Sorry, today. So I know. Somebody in the chat, while I was off was saying that Southampton had a penalty, and I said to myself, if you really believe that, then you would have said that Nunez was a penalty too. Because if you raise your hand in the vicinity of someone's face, you get a card, and it should be a penalty. But if you really believe Konate putting his hand on Armstrong was a penalty, then that's all right with me. Here's one for you though, Flawless. Let me and again everybody in the chat too. VAR says they don't want to referee the games, right? Which is fair. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're the on-field ref and the linesman and you're looking at that Robbo incident, why not say free kick outside the box? Go to VAR and then VAR say, you know something? Nah, that was actually on the line, and on the line is inside. So that's a penalty. Go and have a look. Because if you give it as a penalty, they're unlikely to say, nah, that was not right. Go and have a look. You're wrong. Because I find, and that's me, that most not, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. That
just the way that you're stating it is making me crack up. Yeah, go on, carry on.
But logically, they keep on this high bar and clear and obvious and all these other sort of things that are semantics and a lot of waffle in and around you, just trying to say, well, Barnes is my man on the pitch, so I want Barnes to look bad. Barnes, I think you make a mistake there, but you know we can back you. Let me draw the line a little faster. Yeah, you're offside there. Let's move on quick. Yeah, move that. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So why not go in the other direction? Say, all right, you on field referee, you say, look, that looks like it could be a penalty, but let me give a free kick. Let me see what the VAR guy's saying. And rather than them saying, yes, it is, say, all right, go and look. To me, it should always be him going to have a look to reaffirm, yeah, you know what, that was a good decision. Or, I thought it might be a penalty, but I gave the free kick. Now I can see better. Yeah, it is a penalty, so no problem. It's no problem upgrading it to me because now you're wrong in the right direction. It's harder going in the opposite direction. You say, well, no, boy, that's a penalty all day long. Not quite, actually. But you know what? It wasn't enough. We didn't see enough. It wasn't clear and obvious and all this sort of nonsense. And then you spend a whole week now with people taking different angles and shots, and some people but that's what it is. You spend a whole sort of time looking at it, and then it's And then it's who was in the booth? Oh, it was Oliver. Yeah, we know him. You know, he's the Saudi Arabia man, and he's this man, and he's the Doku man. All of a sudden it spirals into the same story that you're seeing already. To me, they're just poor. The referees are very, very poor. The baseline is horrible. Today, the man booked Bradley and Kanate early. And I said, no problem. That means you've drawn a line. You've shown us where the bar is. Those are fouls. In the second half, somebody literally did a leg sweep on, was it Gakpo?
It was more.
It was Gakpo, Barnes? No, not that one. No, before that one. Not more when he was standing.
Yeah, it was
more
Gakpo.
Actually got booked. It was one, I think it was on Gakpo. And the man did a leg sweep on Gakpo, and it was one of them ones where Gakpo got booked for hitting the big guy. Remember? When he went off, and it was not too long after that when he got hit. And you're saying, well, that was worse than the challenge. Literally a couple minutes ago, you booked Gakpo for a challenge that wasn't as bad as this, but somehow you're not booking this guy. And that's where people then lose their mind and say, look at this and look at that. Just keep it consistent, man. But it's too much to ask. So I try not to talk about the referees too much, to be honest, because you will lose your mind if you do. All of them are the same barrel to me. No conspiracy against A or B or C or D. It's just, man,
they hate Arsenal, man. They hate Arsenal. They got a conspiracy against Arsenal.
Pops is leave the referees to me, man. I one
of course.
Of course. I the one that's going on the referees because, like Pops, I just like to see things just called properly, straight on the. Show me that you're competent. If you want to call, I don't care if you have to make it's against us or for us. Just make the right call. That's all I'm asking. Be fair, be transparent, be consistent. If you're gonna allow guys to bear hug on WWE Big Show, bear hug Mohamed Salah, then it should be okay on the other end too. That can't be allowed, and then on the other end, you calling it as a foul against us. Where is the consistency at that point? Because people need to understand every single game, Mohamed Salah is bear hugged every game. Many times in a game for guys to stop him from spinning off of them, and the refs is just allow it. But then when Salah shrug off a man from holding on to him, they just call the foul on Salah. I'm like, what is he supposed to do? Just allow the man to bear hug him like if it's his gal? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? All I ask for is consistency. That's it, Flawless. Just be consistent.
I hear you, but it's too much to ask. This is why I don't get on referees. Like, I'll criticize referees in game. So if I'm watching a game and the referee makes a mistake, I'll call it out then. But if I never talk about it in regards to dictating a result, because my team has more impact than the referee. We could have 3 stonewall penalties turned down in a game. I'm not talking about it like afterwards. All right, well, we got into the box enough times to create so much. Create more. Yes, we know the referees are terrible. And it's this, and Pops mentioned it about the interpretation because they say clear and obvious. But what's clear and obvious to me may not be clear and obvious to you, Barnes.
True.
What's clear and obvious to you may not be different, may be different to Pops and vice versa. So then what is it? That's where the issue lies. I might see a challenge and go, that's a straight red. Barnes, you see it and go, it's a yellow. Pops sees it and goes, nah, I don't think it's a foul. Someone else might say it's a foul and no booking, and no red, and no card, sorry. Who is then right? That's where the issue lies, is that they just need to stop doing everything by the book and just use common sense. This whole thing of, oh, well, it can't be overruled. How about getting to the right decision should be the most important thing. So if the linesman misses, so if the linesman gives it and says, like the challenge we're talking about, and goes, I think it was outside the box, just automatically, it should even have to go. Automatically, they should be checking it. Just so they can say, no, it was actually on the line. Oh, no, it wasn't on the line. It was outside. They should be checking. That's quick. Check, double check everything. Automatic. That's why else are you there? What else are you doing? You're watching the game anyway. It's not taken away. Double check everything. Oh, yeah, you know what? Go check. Hey, that challenge was bad. Double check that. Because the ref is going to miss things. There's a lot going on. There's 22 players out there. It's fast-paced. The referees are going to miss things. Just common sense. Same way the linesman is going to miss things. Sometimes you can't see. I'm saying sometimes you got the wrong angle. Help him. That's what you're there to do. Hey, that was awful. Exactly. Hey, you know what? Go check that challenge. It was awful.
Isn't it supposed to be a team thing?
It's supposed to be. Well, it seems they all just hang each other out to dry. That's what it seems like. He's like, all right, you know what? It wasn't my fault. It was him. Because VAR will see something that's obvious and tell him, hey, you know what? Go check that. We all know it's a red card. We all know kids. Hey, this is a red. Hey, go check that. So you go get the abuse. Like that's what it is. Tell him it's a red card. You don't need to go check the monitor for that. I'm at home watching and I see certain things and I go, yeah, that's definitely a red card. What are we deliberating?
100%.
What is there? What is there to have a conversation about? What is the delay? And these men will take 5 minutes and still come to the wrong decision. So what was you discussing? Again, incompetence. Bars on the
floor. What it is? You know what it is, Flawless? The blind leading the blind.
It is the blind leading the blind. That is the FA. That is it. And people have faith back to the whole City thing. That's why I don't think anything will happen with the 115 charges. These lot can't even get refereeing decisions right.
Yeah,
I think they'll get a hefty fine, and that's probably it. That's probably it, in my opinion.
I would be shocked if something come out of it, but I am not anticipating it, to be honest with you. Not at all. If something happened, you can see Major Reds do a stream like instant, because then they can be tearing into them at that point in time just for the views, because that can be content gold at that point.
Yeah. I'll be dancing on the grave. I might go film outside the Etihad. It's not too far from me. I might actually go to outside the stadium and film a video. Without you'll be seeing League 2 football in this wonderful stadium right here. Or you might even do that still. It may happen. For real, it may happen. Big up to Warrior J. I appreciate you dropping these Amorim comments on there. Ruben Amorim on Manchester United's issues. Of course, United drew 1-1 in Amorim's first game or in Ipswich Town. Decision-making is a concern. You don't need to coach them in this level. We are doing some things not in the right moment, and that's what we have to address. He goes on to say, you're talking about Diallo. He was very good. In 3 days, he improved so much defensively. He was facing the left back. He just had to follow him. He was so focused. He did a very good job. And Diallo did. Our wing back. Our goal came from that. The better moments in the game came from that. The most threatening moments we had came from him down that side. Do I want to see him at right wing back going forward? No. But what I understand is that we were short. You got injured players. You got players coming back from international duty. That's why. This is why Agate didn't start. This is why Maino didn't get any minutes. This is why Yoro's not in the squad. Lindelof's injured. Maguire's injured. Who else was he going to play at right centre-back, people? Martinez is injured. He had Evans, he had De Ligt, and he had to play Mazraoui. There was no other centre-back. So, and all three of the centre-backs did well. Evans at times, can't say got caught out, struggled, but that's because that's a role he's not supposed to be doing. However, he still made him perform the role. And salute to Johnny Evans because he did it to the best of his ability. And the crazy part is when Luke Shaw got on, you've seen the difference because Luke Shaw is much more mobile than Johnny Evans in that instance. And he's better in those type of spaces and those type of areas. And that's what I liked. Because when Man said to me, what happened today? I said, I have a manager. And I didn't even laugh. I genuinely meant that. Because I see my manager implement a style. I knew exactly from minute one, from when we got the ball, I could see what Manchester United were trying to do. And we didn't stop trying to do that from the first second to the last second. Now, at times it broke down because of the lack of quality. Sometimes the passes in between the midfielders to the wing backs wasn't good enough. Off the ball, I just mentioned Johnny Evans. I seen continuously Johnny Evans in the opponent's half pressing. And then on the flip side, the right-sided centre-back, I seen Mazraoui doing the same thing. I seen Casemiro, I seen Eriksen, I seen Rashford, I seen Garnacho, all pressing repeatedly. Sometimes the press got broke. Sometimes we was weak in the second channel. But you know what I seen? Patterns, people. Basics. The things I've been screaming about for however long. Because the last manager did not have him that was doing those things. Basics, and that's what he's implemented in game one. Now, super disappointed about the result. And I said this. I said this at the time. Said out of match reaction. I'm saying it now. And that's testament to the manager. Because if this was 3-4 weeks ago, how long has it been? This was last month. 5-6 weeks ago, I'm talking about the draw is the best result we can get. That's my mindset going into this game. Hey, if we get a draw, hey, well done, man. We managed to scumbag a draw. However, on the flip side, I'm disappointed we didn't get a result. I was confident going into the game. It started off well, faded in the first half. Faded, that wasn't good, but then I seen a reaction in the second half. He didn't make changes at halftime, which I wanted him to make, but we seen a response, and we started off the second half how we did the first half. And then he made changes. He made 2 changes at 55 minutes. He made 2 other changes at 65 minutes. So 70 minutes in, he's not happy he's made 4 changes. Talk about the personnel. You know the personnel's rubbish. That's not what I'm discussing. Utilize what you have. And that's what he did in this game. Bear in mind, he's had 2 training sessions, people. And I like how he's talking, just saying the basics there. Like when he's talking, it's good to have a manager just talking sense.
Yeah.
Like when he said, even before we got the team, he said, this team lacks physicality. He says it has to be profiles. There's many other things he said. Only thing I slightly disagree with when he says you don't need to coach them in this level. He gonna find out he needs to coach him. That's the only thing I disagree with. He gonna find out these attackers, you gonna have to coach to a T. Because that's a major problem. That's the biggest conundrum. I don't know how he's gonna solve it because there's no trio I like. I don't look at our team and go, all right, this combination of players can work. He has to figure that out. How he's gonna do that, I don't know. But get it done. That's pretty much my thoughts. And I know you lot may have more questions as well in the chat. That's fine. But yeah, Barnes, I'm not sure if you watched that game, but yeah, thoughts.
I didn't get to watch the game today, to be honest. But I got a question. Yeah. How disrespectful Sky Sports is allowing Ed Sheeran to come on to the set when Amorim is getting interviewed? Like, what are we doing? Like, he can't wait until the interview is done and then come, and then they call him into where they are. Why? What? I just think that was real classless, to be honest with you. For that to even happen from a big organization like Sky Sports, like, you should do better. That's horrible. But then you had your legend want to fight the fans, tell them to be going.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's Keen for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Keen ready to fight. I don't know what man said. If anyone knows in the chat what the fan said to Keen, but Keen was ready, man. Keen said, "Yo, I'll see you in the car park first." You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, Keen just got that energy. Keen's with it.
Listen, if that fan don't know who Roy Keane is, he sure know who Roy Keane is now.
Yeah, he probably just thought like, all right, I'm just gonna shout abuse at him and Keane and didn't expect Keane to respond because did the shout and stuff.
Wrong person to do that.
Yeah, Keane the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? You don't even try that with Keane. You don't even try that with Keane. But yeah, Pop, same to you. I don't know if you watched, but yeah. Thoughts on the game, the result, to both of you actually. In regards to, I know. Well, Barnes, you said you didn't watch, but yeah, highlights. I don't know if you man seen it. And the result.
I did say to you.
I watched.
You watched it, okay? I did say to you last week that it's gonna be a tough game because Ipswich at home ain't no slouch. They're not an easy team to beat in their home ground, and we struggled against them too.
Remember that?
That was the first game of the season as we saw them. The very first game we had to go to their town and play them, and we struggled. And we came up with a win, but a squeaky win. Yeah, I knew it was going to be tough. I expected you guys to win. But, I mean, like you said, manager hasn't really gotten enough time to train in and that type of stuff. Too, the guys were off in national break. You really didn't get time with them, so... And you guys dealing with a lot of injuries, so you have to you got to take it with a grain of salt and then move on. But at least you said that you've seen a pattern of play, you've seen a style already, which you did not have from that fraud.
I've seen the basics. I was over the moon. I was like, damn, we're pressing high. I was like, look how many players we have in there, and it happened continuously. We had 70% possession in the second half. You might not have done much with it, but we kept the ball. It's a start. Now we just need to figure out what to do with it. There we go. See, basics. But
hey, at least it's good that you're seeing that and you actually got a quality manager rather than a fraud that was there for the last how many years that set you all back. Spent a whole boatload of money on a whole bunch of rubbish players and set you guys back that know he's gonna have to fix the situation. How did your boy? How did Garnacho? No, I shouldn't say your boy. I ain't gonna do that to you, Flawless. How was Garnacho today? I heard he was rubbish.
I'm going to continue saying this about Garnacho. Hey, Faz was right. That's what I'm going to say. Faz was 110% right. Big up to Faz every single time. Garnacho just shown...
Garnacho needs to focus, man.
Garnacho it's not even a focus thing, Pops. He just not got the ability. And the crazy part is he's playing now as an inside. He's playing as a 10 in this. He's not good as a left winger. So now you're playing as an inside 10 because obviously Amorim'S formation, you don't have wingers, it's 2 10s and a striker. So your limitations technically are being shown even more because you're playing centrally where there's more players around you, it's faster pace, and there's less space to operate. And now you're playing in a half turn. It's easier playing left wing, left back plays the ball to you, and the right back's there next to you. It's easy, you know where the right back is, centre back's there, maybe you got a couple passing options inside, but now you're in half space. Like, that's much tougher. Like, that's much, and we just seen his limitations in regards to Garnacho because we actually got into good attacking areas. We just messed it up, like the final pass. And to Smooths, he says, Flawless, why did Amorim start him? You know what, Smooth? To tell you the truth, I don't think it really. Look at the options. You know, I think Maino didn't play at all. Yeah. The options are supremely limited. Maino just back from injury. He didn't get no minutes. Mount got microwave minutes. He's just coming back from injury. Xerxes, maybe. If I'm missing someone, let me know, Spoops. The only other option is Xerxes. That's why Amorim started him. Because if we play Xerxes, Bruno, Rashford, we have the same issue. We play whoever the free is, it's rubbish. I mean, people realize this. It don't matter who the free is. This is why I wasn't too concerned about the lineup.
What happened to Hoyland?
Yeah, Hoyland got on the pitch, but Hoyland can't play in the 10. He'd have to be a 9, and he got on rubbish anyway.
He can't play in the 10.
Yeah. He can't play in the 10. He can't play in the 9. So we forget about him playing in the 10. It's like Garnacho trying to play left wing. He can't play in it. It's like there's nothing that he could have done. He just has to figure out, like I said, put a system together that gets these players performing to a good level. He has to get some purple patches out of these players. Same way with Ange had Brennan Johnson scoring 7 and 7. He got to do that. They were like, whoa, such and such has gone 5 and 5, you know. Same way Chris Wood is currently got 8. I think he got 8 goals in 11 games. We need that response. Because we know Chris Wood ain't no 8 goals in 11 game striker, but Nuno set him up to do that. That's where we're at with it. So that's why he would have started him. I don't think it really made a difference. And big up to Casually FC for the raid as well, man. Shout out to Marshall. Make sure you run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well, man. Get us to 100 likes, people. And subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title.
So who do you have next? You got Europa this week, right?
We got Bodo Glint on Thursday, and then we play Everton at home. Everton at home. Then Arsenal. Then Nottingham Forest at home. Arsenal away and then Nottingham Forest at home.
So you're going against Everton. So you got Lower Block City, Sean Dice Ball.
Yep.
Island Dice, as I call him.
Yeah, and you know what? It's on them. Hey, win these next 2. I've said this. I want 4 wins from the next 5. Because we play Everton at home. No, we play Bodo Glint, Everton, Arsenal away, Forest at home, and then Victoria P away. That's our next 5 games. I said 4th and 5. As much as I'm critical. 4th and 5. And someone mentioned it, and people keep mentioning this as well about the players. Because African Cat Case is flawless. Most of your players won't survive Amorim. Fully aware.
It will be true.
And the crazy part is I didn't need a game against Ipswich. Even if we would have won today and we would have played 10 out of 10, I would still be sat here saying these players ain't good enough. Like, it's not surprising. Whoever the manager who was going to come in, if whatever manager's trying to get to the next level, these players are not good enough. And we know this, but it's about working with what you have. Manage. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, it's you guys got a lot of changes you need to do to increase the quality in your squad, to be honest with you. Because again, new manager, he's gonna want his profile of player. He's right now is audition time for these players. You gotta show if you can play his system, and if you can't, watch how many of them can get sold in this summer. And even if for losses, he gonna tell Ineos, look, I can't work with these guys, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Bring me my guys that I need. Guys, this is my profile type of player. I need this guy in here or that guy in here. And I need them to fill these positions.
Yeah, but Barnes, was the catch-22 here is this. Let's just say, because Flores keep saying this, they're not that bad. That United are not bad to the point that they should be 12th or whatever. So Amorim finds a way to get the purple patch out of some of these guys and moves you at the table to, let's say, 6th, 7th, whatever, Europe. Ownership says, yeah, well, the man good enough to get me into Europe, so I can't have a fire sale. I ain't got the money for everybody, so it's not 6 out and 6 in. It might be 2 or 3 out, 2 or 3 in, which still leaves you in a position where you're saying, well, I still don't have exactly what I need, so you're still sort of buffering for another season, depending on how well some of the players adapt. Because you said it. When I said focus from a Garnacho standpoint, I meant he needs to focus on doing just the basic things. Because he thinks he's a celebrity. Oh, that's Sweden and copying Cristiano Ronaldo. He thinks he's arrived. For some people, that might be a good thing because they will say, well, look, he's a confident young fella. And I say, well, yeah, confidence is something you require, but don't go over the edge too quickly. And I think he's one of them that have sort of like gone too far. Maybe some of the love from the internet or Twitter or whatever has helped sort of push him to that sort of way. Or maybe it's just him being confident, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. I think, as me, just from an external position watching him, and maybe the new the new coach will say, all right, let me sort of like reel you back in a little bit and give you a little reality check, and he gets back to working because he isn't finished. A lot of these players are still young enough that they can improve. How much, I don't know, because I haven't watched them, or I ain't in the training room with them every day. And I guess that's where you make your money. Amorim now got to say, well, all right, this way can I squeeze a little bit more out of that lemon and get some lemonade? Or is it, these men just dead? Because today, like you said, the quality is where you're lacking. Quality is lacking. And Onana pulls off a big save against the lap. It was right.
Yes.
The big one-handed save. Yeah. That goes in. It would be interesting to see if the pendulum would have swung, because that was a huge point in the game for me when I was watching it. Because at that point, it looked like they were starting to swarm over you. It was sort of like they were getting their foot into the game, and you looked as though you were sort of floundering. It's kind of like deer in the headlights. Johnny Evans, as you say, looked like he was sort of treading water. And again, at his age, it's hard for him to be put in that situation, to be running up and down with these young fellas. Hard.
Facts.
But I saw somebody say that you're linked with Inacio. So
is it? That's news to me.
And your role as your I saw that somewhere. I can't remember if it was just in the chat or
it makes sense because we need a left-sided centre back.
Yes, that would be a good three, right? Inacio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Yoro, you look at the three of them on the pitch, all of a sudden you're feeling a little bit better with the base in which you're building from. And you have less of that feeling that, all right, well, people are going to run past these three guys. Well, if you're still looking at Maguire and Johnny Evans, you're saying, all right, maybe we can patch this up for a little bit longer. And Xerxes came on, and again, he looking like he needed a little help too, because he had a chance. I said to myself, Jesus, man, that ball probably still raising all like, no, big grab.
See, you sure.
And again, you don't want to kill somebody for one chance, right? But
it was bad. It's not about it, because it's more than just the one chance. It's just
quality is
the whole. It's before Amorim type of thing. But you mentioned it there in regards to the summer. It's must. Like, even if they bring in 5 players, because people saying, oh, the money's not there. Even a money thing. Go recruit smartly. Profiles. Amorim mentioned it himself when he spoke to Gary Neville.
That's exactly.
He said, and I've been saying this, profiles over names. So Inacio, I hear good things about him. Left-sided centre back. I know you lot were linked with him in the summer. Inacio's not the only left-footed centre back. Let's say they want 80 million for Inacio. Go get someone who's maybe a level below Inacio, who's half that.
Agreed.
How about we do that?
Look at what you did with Maserati. Look at what you did with
Mazarawi's a prime example. Mazarawi is a prime example. We signed him for 12 million. If we sold him now, it's at least 40. So you've more than trebled his value in a short stint in a poor side. That's what you have to do. Go and invest in
problem flawless with the average football fan these days is that they always look for the big name. You gotta go the big name in order only the big names have quality. Yeah,
and that's a myth, because we was even talking about on the Build podcast, because shout out to Saeed and Ash, they were talking about go get Gyökeres. And then because I was saying there's players out there, and Ash was like, how can you say there's players out there? I said, you're saying go sign Gyökeres now? 18 months ago, you weren't talking about Gyökeres. He was in the country in 2023. He was at Coventry. He was here, people. No one were talking about Gyökeres. Now Gyökeres is 80, 90 million according to some, and is the be-all and end-all, and we need to go get him. But he was here. So go and find me Gyökeres, who I think is people. I'm not watching like that. People talk highly. I'm not even saying he's a bad striker. When I've watched him, very, very good striker. Guess what? He's not the only striker that can do what he can do. Gyökeres is not the only striker. The obvious striker market is dead. I agree with that. But in regards to, there's hundreds of players playing football in Europe alone. Go and find one. Yeah, go on, Pops.
Now I was just gonna say, if you just look at Brighton, just look on the table at Brighton. Look at what they've been managing to do for the last 5-6 years comfortably.
Yes.
Comfortably. And again, it's the names that you see. No one knew Basuma. No one knew Caicedo. No one knew Baleba. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say no one. I'm just going to speak to myself, because I ain't got time to watch football in every single league. So the scouts are supposed to be doing this job, not me. Mm-hmm. That's what I say. So when you tell me about John Brown, and you're saying, well, ain't my job to know if John Brown can play good or not. If the man said John Brown good, all right, we'll bring you in and let me see.
No.
I don't need to hear that John Brown was awesome for the last 5 or 6 years, because there are players that come in and you have no idea who they are, and then you say, "Yo, this fella's a good player. This man good. That man." Most of the Brighton players weren't players that I knew from anything. A lot of them,
no one knew them. Nobody.
And
Right. Smart.
And all of a sudden, you're saying, "Look at my guy. Look at this guy. Look at that guy." So why can't, like you say, profile the player, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Why
be
can't
on
you
them.
make it the next big thing?
Yeah. Just says here we bought Dogi and Pape Sarr for a combined under 30 million. You look, how much was Salah, Firmino, and Mane combined? How much were those fees?
We bought Salah for 100 total, yeah.
100 million total for what those, and look what those three did for you, look.
For all
100
three.
million total for all three. From where did Salah, was he at Fiorentina or Roma? Was it Roma, right?
We got him from Roma.
So you signed a winger from Roma, a winger from Southampton, and a winger and a striker from Hoffenheim. I believe Firmino was at.
Yeah, he was at Hoffenheim.
Correct.
Firmino came first. He came first, and then and Mane came after, and Salah came third.
So Liverpool have shown there that he can do it, and others have shown they can do it. You lot signed Robbo from Hull. Like what we talking about?
Yeah, we signed Robbo.
Adogi
on the way down, we just snatched him up.
Yeah, Adogi was like 12 million from Udinese, and look, he's one of the best left backs in the league. So like, I'm not hearing about there's no nonsense.
But look at Brighton. And Pops just mentioned it. How is it that Brighton is finding these players? They're gone. Caicedo gone. McAllister gone. Now you got Baleba, but nobody know who these players. And they're doing it on repetition, like consistently, every single time. They're just rotating and making bags on these players.
They do. That man literally had Basuma.
But
so
you know what the other thing is, right? Sorry.
No, it's all good. Go on.
Was that Pops?
No, sorry. And I was just going to say the other thing is this. Lost my chain of thought. Oh, sorry. The Brighton fans don't look at the players, I guess, like how our clubs would, because we would probably have an issue if we had bought Basuma or Caicedo or whatever before. So, who's this man for 5 million? Was this man we never hear, but he a little bit, as opposed to saying, well, all right, the man got a job to do, let him do the job.
Yeah.
No, let me be honest. Everybody wants to flash the new toy during summer. We won the transfer window. You ain't got the pull. You ain't got the this. We got that. We got this. If you sign 5 men for 5 million each, you aren't talking to anybody during the summer. You're there saying, what's this 5 men at 5 million each? But these can't be that good. As opposed to, all right, well, let me see what they could do. Everybody doesn't need to be 100 million. And the problem is at 100 million, the expectation bar is so high that most men at 100 million don't even reach the bar.
They don't,
because it's set. Oh, he's 100 million. He got to do this. He got to do that. No, he doesn't. I didn't give myself 100 million price tag. The selling club said, "Give me 100 million," and the buying club said, "Here's 100 million."
Yeah. And how many of those players, Pops? How many of those players actually panned out? How many of them? With big price tags.
But it's hard to pan out at 100 million. How do you pan out? That's
100
million. How do you pan out?
And this is it, Pops. If you are 100 million, you got to perform consistently, and the team got to win.
You got to hit the ball running. You got to hit the ground running flawless. You have to.
Rice pans out. Rice got to win the Premiership. Rice has to win the Premiership for Arsenal.
He has to.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. As much as they were singing and dancing and saying, "Let's go back to West Ham and give them some more money." Look at what we got to steal. He didn't win the Prem, so it's on him now. Everybody's talking about Chelsea and the 100 millions in their middle part. They got to win. That's what's happened. 100 million.
Enzo Fernandez.
No discussion.
Enzo 100 million.
No discussion. Flawless going buy Gyökeres for 100 million and see what happened.
And this is why I'm saying 100 million. Because if it's 100 M's, it's we winning everything, and he got to score 30, 35, 40 goals over across all
50 goals.
Yeah,
all comes. Mash at the cyborg, mash at Salah, mash at everybody.
It's crazy.
That's mental. That's mental.
Yeah. And that's why the club shouldn't do it. You mentioned it there, Pops, about the 5 millions or signing 10 millions. This is why I always say, the fuck the fans. Say, don't worry about what I think and what the fans. You do your job. If you bring in 5 players and they're all 10 million and they play very well and we win everything, you know what we're going to do? Praise you for doing that. I was just looking at Belieber here. They bought him from Leo. I had no idea who he was. Hey, if you know I wanted to sign him, you know what I would have said? Cool out of the league. Let's see what's what. Because he didn't prove our midfield. Improve our midfield. I can see that from watching him. I seen him play once. I was like, I think Jezza was on the what? I think it was the Chelsea Brighton. Who's this? I was like, who's this guy? And people telling me does not know what he about. Like, what are we talking about here?
Pop said that last season when he played Liverpool. When he played against Liverpool, right? Last season, Pops was like, who is this young boy?
One game.
Man was bossing us flawless. I was like, this man, this boy. I was like, who is this young? So y'all know out of nowhere and just bullying Liverpool like this. And he wasn't even the size that he is now. He actually grew into a man's body over the summer. No, he was smaller last season and he was still bullying us. It's crazy. But you know, there's one club you can go and actually pillage from, like, no, who in real trouble. Promoting the league. That's Lille. They've been bare trouble.
Oh, Lille in trouble. Man, that he came from Lille. Hey, we need to. I've been saying this. How we have Nice owners who are part owner in Nice and don't be looking at Ligue 1. All these players from Clairefontaine, and you don't get no French players. All the players being produced are France. When you look at their national team and look at their under 21s and etc. So there's a lot of talent there. Why are we not pitched up there scouting on a regular basis? Why that Belieber came from there.
What happened to Koné? Koné from in Germany. He's no one's talking about him. He's a good quality midfield as well. Why is he still in Germany?
That's why I don't hear nothing about. There ain't players out there.
Too many players.
There's lots of players out there. People just like the household names. That's what it is.
Yeah. Household name. It's like, go find me players. What are we talking about? I say Gyökeres was in the country last year. 22-23 was his last 2023. So a year ago, he was here in England playing in the nobody wasn't mentioning him. But now it's 80-90 million. All right. Okay. Before we
forget YG, correct me, is Leon in trouble? It's not
Leon. Okay.
Leon.
Hey,
not Leon.
Go look at
Leon.
what Leon.
I know it's beginning with that. Leon.
Hey, I know they got some athleticism.
Right?
Huh?
That's what Shirky is, right?
Shirky, I think Thuram's there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me have a look. I'm just checking now.
Yeah, that's where Ryan Shirky is. I think Marcus Thuram is there as well.
That's why they were quoting the cheap deal for him.
Yeah.
That just trying to sell him real quick. Yeah, I'm just looking.
They got some quality over there in Leon, man.
Leon, Shirky's there. Right, the Man United is there. Jesus.
Yeah, they got some good players.
They got the Man United there. Maitland-Niles is there. Lacazette is up top.
Yeah, Lacazette's there too.
Wow, damn.
Yeah, they got
That's
players.
Why. Salary's probably high, man. Salary's probably too high, man.
Yeah.
No, I hear that for real. I just get to the last few quotes before we do indeed close out and get predictions from the man them as well. This is more quotes from Ruben Amorim. My players were thinking too much during the game. We need more physicality in the first half. We lost some balls without pressure. You have to control the tempo of the game. We cannot do it at the moment. Bruno wants the long ball all the time. Xerxes has to understand to enter the box to help the crosses. He's right here when he's saying the crazy part is he's not even been here longer. That's been screaming what I've been saying, and so many of Manchester United fans can see. But like Xerxes needing to be getting into the box because he's not really a goal scoring threat like that. Bruno wanting to play and Bruno he did actually play well today and was much more controlled than usual. Yeah, you know why, people? Because he gave him clear instruction. He understands what he's got. If I let Bruno have a free role, he's going to do all types of foolishness. Let me give him clear, hey, you do this. You do this, you do this, you do this. You don't do these things. Go and play. And we seen it today, where it was a bad. That's why I even criticized Bruno today. He actually played well today. Actually made smart moves, progressing the ball at times. Yes, the bar was on the floor for the rest of our attackers, but I can't criticize him heavily. And he's mentioned this repeatedly about the physicality in the team. Just that lack of options. Agate just came back from playing for Uruguay, so he's not fully fit, and that's a long-ass flight. He's the only midfielder we really have that adds any of that. You got Ericsson, you got Casemiro. That's it. Ain't really no one else. That's why even when he made the changes, Bruno was playing there. Because he took off Casemiro and brought on Agate, and then Bruno was playing in there. And he had Xerxes and Højlund and Garnacho on because he's chasing the game. So yeah, I like what I'm saying in regards to the players thinking too much. They are going to because it's a new system. It's a new system, and everyone trying to get accustomed to playing, performing in a new role. But yo, we move again. Subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Links in the title, people. Link is in the title. Barnes will go to you. Prediction for Liverpool, Real Madrid.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Pops, what you saying?
Sounds good. That's what I had in my
2-1
head.
Liverpool. First. Staying with you, Barnes. Liverpool, Manchester City on Sunday.
3-1 Liverpool.
What are you saying, Pops?
Actually, no.
You know me.
I'm going to correct myself. Ali give me back in goal for that game.
3-0? 4-0? What you saying? You want match Spurs? 3-0?
3-0 Liverpool.
All right. First, Pops, what you saying?
And less greedy. 2-0.
2-0, yeah. All right, cool.
2-0 is
Yo,
good enough for me.
Kaneki did giving Ryan body shots, boy, and making me laugh. Yes.
Kaneki got no time. Big up my G Kaneki. He ain't got no time for that whatsoever. But yeah, 21 likes short of 100 people. So get us up to 100 likes as well. And subscribe to Beijing Reds, man. Get the man them to 4,200. There's over 140 of you lot in here. At least 33 of you lot. More than 33, man. But at least bare minimum 33 of you lot can head over there and hit the subscribe button. To Lauren, who says flawless Nets King game after this. Who is even playing, Lauren, for the Nets? Like the King. I know Sheik's there actually. He's drunk. I'm surprised he's not in the chat. He's at the game. Yeah, he was wasted in the Q&A when he was in the chat. So I'm probably not doing Nets Kings, but I'm doing a game tomorrow because I ain't really trying to watch the Nets. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not. So you lot 2 wins from 2, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Champions League, Premier League.
Big week.
First.
Big week.
Big week.
Big week.
Big week.
Big. We got a tough schedule coming up, and then the game's coming fast and furious because after City, I think we got 3 prime games.
Yeah, you got Newcastle away, Everton away, then Girona away in the Champions League, and then Liverpool, and I'm sorry, Fulham at home, Southampton away in the League Cup, Spurs away
in the cup.
Then Boxing Day at home to Leicester, then the 29th away to West Ham, and then obviously New Year. We in town. New Year, the 5th. Oh, we will be there.
Boxing Day, Leicester. Boxing Day, Leicester.
Oh yeah, we got Boxing Leicester.
Yeah, Boxing Day, Leicester. That's a big one. You remember what?
Mark your calendar. That's it.
Mark your calendar. You know what? You know why Pop smiling so big?
I know why. You might have told me this. Yeah.
Now my 19 was Leicester Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Just saying. And people, there can be a special stream for that United Liverpool with Sarcasm, City TV, and Beijing Reds.
Oh yeah, people. We will be doing a dual stream. So you'll see Beijing Reds, so you'll see Barnes, Pops. Are you pulling up? Is there going to be 4 of you lot or 5? How many of you?
Probably it's going to be 3 for sure. You got to find out from Mr. Angel because he's operating like Harry Houdini. So we will see. So
it's minimum 4 of you lot, yeah? Minimum 4. All right, well, I got 4 anyway, so that's cool. If it's 5th, then I'll grab it.
You got 4? So we don't get so we don't get surprised like Survivor Series in WWE with some who's the 4, man?
Nah, the 4. So obviously I do all my watch-alongs with Sheik. Shout out to Sheik. Eddie is my guy. And then we got my young Don YG, who's who's on watch-alongs from time to time. So I already said to him, I said, hey, we got the Liverpool up pulling up. And I was like, I need you there. He's like, yeah, I got you. And then if it's a 5th, I'll have a think closer to the time. I'm not even thought about it. So yeah,
sunshine.
It might be sunshine. It may be sunshine. Maybe someone else.
If you, I can tell you right now, if you get sunshine, I may have to pull a rabbit out your hat and tell Lauren to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a place I'd like that could get peaked that stream. I don't know if she wants to be around for that. You know what I'm saying? And United Liverpool different. I like sunshine. That's my people's right there. So it's like, hey, Snake, this ain't no place for a lady. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool, Manchester United, Anfield is no place for a lady. So it might not even be that. It might be like, I'd be like, hey, sit this one out. You don't want no involvement in this because this one could get crazy. It would. I'm genuinely looking forward to the game and the stream. So people, that'll be live on the Beijing Reds YouTube channel. It'll be live here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. Also be live as the Sarcasm or live on the playback as well. So it'll be live over 3 platforms and we'll be across all 3 people. And that's saying we'll probably do going forward. So if we draw them, the Liverpool United in the FA Cup, we're already in the FA Cup as well, people. Thankfully, this show wasn't about, so we didn't run it under Ten Hag, so that's good. But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to that 5th of Jan. Definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, Jez, you're a joke, man. But yeah, what time's back again? It'll probably be 1:30, Warrior J. I've not heard from Troops, but I'm guessing it'll be 1:30 p.m. UK time. Back again, so that's gonna be good fun. That is gonna be good fun. But yeah, fans, let them know where they can find what you got coming up on Beijing Reds TV, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we got reaction show tomorrow, and week 12 review, and then watch along on Wednesday, Madrid, and then we got the reaction show Wednesday night, and then we got City preview next weekend, City watch along next weekend. And then we back here again for Barbados edition next Sunday. We got busy week.
That's Sunday edition gonna be good after you lot play City. That was gonna be a good game, 100%. Yeah, we play Everton before actually. Yeah, we play your ups before. Crazy.
Careful with him. Careful with Everton, bro. Careful.
We'll be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, same way with like more time. Cool. I liked what I seen yesterday. I liked what I seen yesterday. I go more time, players coming back. I'm like, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Pops, anything you want to add, my G, before we close out?
No, all good, man. Respect as always. Big up to the chat. Big up Flawless. Big up Barnes. And big up all the Caribbean people in the house, man. Bajans, Trinidad, Jamaicans. Big up
Grenadians.
Serious? Hella Islands in the chat.
Yes.
There's hella Islands in the chat.
Love Grenada.
Live for real. Serious. Big up to everyone that has locked in. Don't forget this show, people. This show and all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs and the fan calling show, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. Yo, you might be on the beach in one of these islands. Maybe you're in Barbados, Jamaica, Grenada, Trinidad. You're like, I don't want YouTube app open, man. Using up all my data. Let me go to Spotify and just listen to this while I walk on the beach, people. So Spotify, follow us, 5-star us on there, Sarcasm City TV. Same with iTunes or you iPhone users or wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. Don't forget, follow the playback as well, because that's where all the watch-alongs will be going down with this week, because there's so much football coming up as well. Obviously today, 4:30 p.m. UK time. Fan calling show, Talk Your Ish. That'll be back live on here, 4:30 p.m. And then following that, it is the Newcastle United, West Ham United game. So that'll be live on the playback, people. So I'll be doing that watch along. And then following that, maybe some NBA, because Lauren will probably kill me if I don't do some NBA. So you'll probably get an NBA live stream, some pro clubs or something like that. It depends on the fixtures. But big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to my guy, Alam. He's live right now. He's doing the NFL watch along. So make sure you put Sarcasm City Raid in the chat. Put Sarcasm City Raid in the chat. And one last thing, if this show, the United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, is your favorite show, people, there's a playlist for it on the channel. So you click the playlist right now, and all the shows we do is on there. But love to everyone that's locked in. Big up. And this has been the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.